Greetings, guys, gals, non-binary pals, and welcome back to another video. Something that I do far too often, and I'm sure that you can all relate to, is spend way too much of my time scrolling on social media. And one place in particular I end up way too caught up in is Instagram Reels, because you never know what you're gonna get. Instagram Reels is just such like a wild place, and I've done something strange to my algorithm, okay? Half the time I get stuff that I'm interested in. It's a lot of books, it's a lot of K-pop stuff, it's a lot of animals and vegan recipes, which I'm all here for. And then occasionally we've just got something that is the opposite of what I care about, just like sprinkled in there. And every time I come across one of those, whether it be some absolutely like out there wild like Christian bullshit or some like weird toxic boy mom kind of stuff, like that will come up occasionally. And every time I encounter one of those, I go, I need to investigate. And so I send it to myself. I send it to my burner account. And over the last few months, I have had DMs piling up. Videos that I have sent myself to look at later have been piling up in my inbox. And so I thought, you know what would be a fun thing to do? Let's just go through all of the reels that have come up on my feed that I've sent to myself to come back to later. So that's what we're doing today. We're gonna look through just some batshit reels that come up on my feed without my asking. This is not from my burner account. This is what comes up on my main account. The fact that I interact with them by sending them to myself probably doesn't help my case, but like we're ignoring that. It gives me content, so. That's what we're doing today. And if you enjoy this video, please do not forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I really do appreciate it. Subscribing is the best way to help me out. So if you enjoy this and my other content and want to see more from me, please do that. Over 50% of you are regular viewers but are not subscribed. So you might think you're subscribed and you actually aren't. So be sure to check and subscribe if you aren't already. Let's look at some reels, shall we? Starting off strong, we have open air preaching.
Hey everyone, welcome to Miami. I just wanted to share real quick, the last time I was in Miami was a few years ago, before I was saved by Jesus, and I used to like literally be like dead asleep, but I was in my sin, right? And so Jesus gave me new life 3 years ago, and Jesus died on the cross for all of your sins, and rose on the third day, said that you and I could have new life in that relationship with God. So we turn from your ways and receive that free gift that's offered to you today. And so if you just want to repeat that after me, just say, Jesus, I invite you into my heart and I give you my life. And I believe God will invade your heart with his love. And he wants you to be awake. It says in the word, wake up, sleeper. So you will have new life and be born again. So bless you guys and be safe. Thank you so much. God bless you guys. Thank you.
These people fascinate me so much because I refuse to believe that they think that this is doing anything, right? Like, there is no way that these people are like, you know what's gonna make people convert? Is if I stand up in a place where everyone is trapped and cannot leave and just tell them to follow Jesus, to be like, hey man, I was asleep. I was trapped in sin and then Jesus saved me. That'll get them on my side. This isn't doing anything. All this is doing is pushing people even further away. Like people who were like, man, Christians are so annoying and pushy, now just like believe that even harder and are like laughing at you, being like, so fucking ridiculous. That was ridiculous. Can you believe that that just happened? Man, I want to stay away from that. Like that's all that's happening. It's such a thing of like, you know that these people are doing it purely for their own, right? Like this is I'm gonna stand up and preach, and then God knows that I love him. I'm doing this so that I know that I'm special. So God sees me and is like, oh, I see you. You love me. You care. Okay, you get extra points. You get extra points. And it's also for other Christians, right? It's for other Christians to be like, wow, I respect you. You're so brave. So true. So true. And so like, that's why it's posted on, this is posted on social media for other Christians to see and be like, wow, I love this for you. So great. Love this. Wow, you're wonderful. If it was just solely to convert people, it wouldn't be posted on social media, right? Because the audience is primarily, it is for Christians. It's so funny because this is the same sort of bullshit that these people get on vegans about. Like vegans talk about veganism, and like these same Christians who are preachy like this are like, you're just pushing people away by telling people they have to do this thing and I don't like it. And it's like, you're doing the same thing, but like even worse, because you're like standing up and talking to people who are all on a plane and like telling them that they have to listen or they're going to go to hell. So like, I feel like one of these things is worse than the other. This isn't helping is what I'm getting at. No one is converting to Christianity. If anything, people are turning away from it because of things like this.
Hey Lizzie, why did you decide to join Turning Point?
I decided to join Turning Point because I saw all of the propaganda that was being forced upon me in all of my classes, and I really thought that my voice needed to be heard. And so I decided to join Turning Point and spread my Christian and conservative ideologies, because I think that Turning Point can actually make a difference in this country, and I think it needs it.
I joined Turning Point because I didn't like that they were like spreading ideologies, and so I thought that I would spread my ideology instead, when it's like the ideology being spread is like we're in a university classroom and we're just like learning. You're being educated, you're getting an education, you're like learning about the world, and she's like, this is propaganda. You know what this needs is propaganda. That's what's going to defeat this. But it wasn't propaganda, it was just life. You wanted to take it down, which I just think is really funny. I love when people are like, oh, they're brainwashing everyone, so I'm gonna go join this brainwashing group and I'm gonna reverse brainwash people. I don't think you hear yourselves very well. I think a lot of the time is that they really just don't quite grasp what they're saying. They're like close, but like they don't quite get it. This says, when the beat is good but conviction hits harder.
Alexa, play Laffy Taffy. Actually, no. Alexa, stop. That song does not glorify the Lord. Frick! I want a hype song, but all the ones I can think of are like super sus.
This is so sad. It's so sad. Like it's a song, right? Like, you'll be okay. Like, I think God has bigger things to worry about than like what music you're listening to. And I think the restrictions you are putting on the music that you listen to are like very strong. This is what's so baffling about these people who have such strong convictions about the music they can listen to. It's not just that they don't listen to songs that are like about like sex and drugs. It's that they will not listen to music that like isn't about God. And if you're restricting yourself so much to which the only content you consume is content that directly feeds into your own beliefs, like that's damaging. It's not good for you to only consume things that like fit one very specific narrative. It is very important for you to like hear other things and see other things and be part of other conversation. And if you hold your beliefs strongly, then listening to a song that like goes against your beliefs a little bit is like, it's not going to change you, right? Like if you are just listening to a hype song, then like I don't think if you are strong in your convictions, that's going to make any difference to who you are. Now there's a difference between if a song is like incredibly like, you know, violent and fucked up versus a song that's being like, I like sex or whatever. I don't know what song she's talking about here. But there are like degrees to this, obviously. But like if you are worried that your morality is going to be threatened by listening to a song to hype you up, how strongly do you hold on to your beliefs truly? Like your beliefs should be stronger than being able to be wavered by a song, right? And I think enjoying a song is very different to like worshipping a song. You don't have to like worship something just to enjoy it. There are plenty of songs where you're like, oh, this beat goes hard. Don't fuck with the lyrics, but like the beat goes hard. Me with a lot of K-pop songs, when I am like, I'm just not gonna read the translation to this one, I think I'm just gonna enjoy the vibes because I don't know if I want to know what this song is saying, but it slaps. Sometimes that's okay. You can do that. A solid depiction between mom life versus dad life.
We got 6 seats on the train. We got Anthony with his other 2 seats. We got the big girls. Monroe has a seat. Boston has a seat. Mom and Buddy not on a seat.
They're on a train and it's dad sitting on one seat and he's got an empty seat next to him, and then it switches over to mom, and across from mom there are 2 older girls, then next to mom is a younger girl, like squished up to mom is another younger girl, and then she's also breastfeeding another one. So it's mom sitting with 5 children and dad sitting by himself. Dad is like literally on his phone. He didn't even look up, like he is just on his phone. And this is so, like, this pissed me off so bad. Like, this is so frustrating. And people are like, well, this is how it is. And it's like, the kids chose. The kids wanted to sit with their mom. You can't like deny the kids what they want. Like if they don't want to sit with their dad, they don't have to. And it's like, yeah, okay, if the kids want to sit with mom, the kids should be able to sit with mom. But also the fact that all of the kids wanted to sit with mom and none of them wanted to sit with their dad is kind of the problem. It's not just that dad doesn't want to help out in this situation. It's that the kids don't want to sit with him at all because they don't trust him to give them the attention or the care that they require, because they prefer spending time with their mom because they don't know their dad well enough. I don't know the situation exactly, but it shows that dad is not an active participant in their lives as much as he should be, right? If you have kids and all of them choose mom and dad shows absolutely no interest and isn't even offering to help in any way, isn't paying attention at all, like, this is a problem and this is really bothersome and it's really annoying that this is so normalized. Like, the comments are turned off, by the way, so that's how you know this went badly. It has 10k likes, but it also has almost 10k shares as well, so you know that everyone was in the comments just chatting shit about how useless this man is, and they just kept it up because they were like, stop normalizing this. It's not cute. It's not cute. It's not funny. Be dads. Like, dads, be fucking dads. Women, stop taking this bullshit. Stop. It's not cute. Call it out. Call it out. Like, this isn't okay. It was so, like, this is like being a single mom to 5 and then also having to look after her husband. Because again, I don't know the story, but I've seen enough of these to know that, like, she packed his bag. She booked this trip. She packed his bag. Yes, I'm assuming, and I guarantee that I am correct. He has done nothing and he doesn't plan to do anything. And if anything is forgotten or has gone wrong, it is going to be her fault. And he's going to be mad about it. And that's what this marriage is. I am completely making assumptions, but I am so confident in those assumptions. So I'm gonna stick to them. Living with this man, episode 4. My husband, I'll sort the kitchen. You go to bed the next morning. And she is coming out of her bedroom or walking into the kitchen, and there are dishes all over in the sink. The food is still on the stove and just has tinfoil over the top. Like, there's chicken in a pan and it just has tinfoil over the top. And the tinfoil is not even like curled under it or anything. Like, there are multiple pans on the stove and there's just sheets of tinfoil like covering the whole stove. And this pisses me off so bad, right? Like, full disclosure, I have ADHD, right? Cleaning the kitchen after I cook is like so difficult, and sometimes it does take me longer than it should to do it. Like, it can take me a couple of days to sort my shit. And I'm fully aware of that. And it is frustrating, but it is something that I struggle with. However, I would never leave food out on the counter unless I've like legitimately forgotten. But in which case I wouldn't have, like, if I knew that that was going to be like a risk, like, but he obviously didn't forget because he went and covered it with tinfoil. Like, this was such a deliberately like weaponized incompetence thing, because this was an acknowledgement of, like, he didn't forget that he was meant to do this. He deliberately offered and then did it poorly so he wouldn't have to do it again, right? Like, that was the purpose of this. I think that there are instances, obviously, where people struggle with things such as ADHD, in which case things can be overwhelming and tasks don't get done. But when that happens, there is like a lot of guilt that is associated with it. That just doesn't exist in instances like this. Like, you can very much tell that this was a targeted thing based off of the fact that, like, he did the first step. He saw the food was out. He knew it had to be put away, but instead he covered it with tinfoil and was like, that's done. Like, no, put it in the fridge. It takes 3 seconds. You're already there. You've already pulled the tinfoil out of the drawer, broken the tinfoil off. Like, you are already there doing the task. Put it in the fridge, because, like, I'm assuming that she cooked this. She put time and effort into cooking that. Cost money. It cost time. It possibly was going to be her lunch. It was like, there was a reason that you were supposed to put it in the fridge, and now no one can eat it. Like, that's such a waste of food and such a, like, fucked up thing to do. Like, why would you do that? Just say you don't want to do it, and then she can put it in the fridge, and she's allowed to be upset that you didn't offer to help, but at least the food would still be okay to eat. And girl, don't tolerate this. Don't put up with this. Like, call him out. And if he keeps doing it, don't ever cook him dinner again. Just cook for yourself. He can make his own dinner. Like, straight up.
Oh my gosh. Flat earthers are so dumb. I mean, how can you be an educated adult and think that the earth is flat? But didn't you say you believed in God? Yeah, I do. Well, you could start off with reading page 1 of the Bible. Okay, well, let me borrow that. We'll keep in mind 1 Thessalonians 5:21. Okay, so test all things, hold fast what is good. Got it. I mean, a little bit of research and some critical thinking, and you're gonna feel really dumb.
1 hour later, 2 hours later, 3 hours later.
You're a flat earther now, aren't ya?
There is no amount of critical thinking or research that anyone can do that will lead you to come away with the fact that the earth is flat. You've not done critical thinking or proper research. That's not that the earth being flat is never going to be a result of doing those things. You've done something. I don't know what exactly you've done, but if you've managed to convince yourself the earth is flat, you've done something wrong. You've done something wrong. I don't know where you fucked up. Probably by using the Bible as a book to tell you the shape of the earth instead of, you know, everything else that we have going on. That was probably your first misstep. So maybe don't do that in the future. And this is always such a weird one to me. Like, flat earthers are so funny because really their entire thing is just like, ooh, I'm so different. Look at me, I'm so different. Everyone else thinks the world is round, but I want to be different and contrary. So I'm going to choose this hill to die on. Like, why? Good for you. Congratulations. You're different. Do you want an award? Like, what do you get out of this? Like, why is this something that you want to believe? Like, why is this what you're holding on to of all things? Like, it doesn't even make sense. The earth being flat, like, legitimately just makes no sense at all. Like, this is the thing I find with a lot of belief systems, right? Like, everything, like all of the belief systems that exist, when it comes to like religion and old beliefs, like a lot of it makes sense because of the lack of knowledge they had at the time, right? Like way back when, thinking the earth was flat makes sense because they also didn't even know what gravity was. They didn't like think about this stuff. They didn't have any like, you know, answers or anything. It was just like, what is happening? This is what makes sense. You look at a ball, you're like, oh, well, if I stood on the bottom, you wouldn't ever think that the earth was round. You weren't going above it, so you couldn't see down. You know, they're not like going very far. It makes sense that they would think it was flat because they didn't have any other concept or like, why would it be anything else, right? But since then, we've discovered a lot of things. We've also taken photographs of the earth. Like, we literally go into space. Like, we have understandings of these things. Like, we know that the earth is round. And when you think about it, when you have all the knowledge that we do, the earth being flat doesn't make any fucking sense. Because firstly, time zones, which they weren't aware that time zones were a thing way back when because you weren't talking to anyone in a different place at the same time. So you would just think the sun is over, it's the same time everywhere because you have no reason to believe otherwise, do you? No, there's no reason to believe that. We know that it's nighttime in some places and daytime in other places at the same time. So like, I don't understand, how does the earth being flat explain that? I don't understand. That's one big one already, straight up, that doesn't make any sense and automatically proves it wrong. But then even when it comes to like all these other belief systems, right? Like, I don't believe in God, but I understand where the idea of God came from. And like, when you go back to like Greek gods and stuff, like, I so understand how, you know, rain falls from the sky and you're like, I don't fucking know what caused that. There's gotta be someone doing that shit. Someone's fucking making the sky cry. Like, it makes sense that when things happen, you assign like someone to it because you have no other explanations. Like, so many of these things make so much sense in like historical context. But when you look at these things with like current knowledge, it doesn't make very much sense because we have answers. And the earth being flat is just a really ridiculous one to hold on to. Like, let it go. You aren't special. This is a reel posted by this frozen yogurt shop called Groove Berries, and this is what they say.
It's time to squash this right now. This is Faith, Fellowship, and Froyo. Diet 4 Loco asks, can I eat your Froyo even if I'm a leftist? Real question. All right, so I got a real answer for you. We put Charlie Kirk and scripture on our cups because we value honesty. When you walk in, you know exactly what we stand for. We aren't interested in being a neutral business that puts our heads in the sand while the culture around us crumbles. And we have plenty of customers who disagree, who come in, grab a plain cup, fill it with Froyo, and leave civilly. Everyone is welcome to eat our Froyo, but we are not going to censor our message just for the sake of making people not feel uncomfortable. At the end of the day, our values aren't going anywhere, and projecting your lack of ability or desire to live civilly amongst people that you don't agree with doesn't change our convictions or our mission.
It's just so funny to me of all things, Charlie Kirk. It's like, Charlie Kirk it's astounding You know? Like, it's astounding what's been done. Why are you, as a frozen yogurt place, selling froyo with Charlie Kirk's face on the cup? Like, that's just a strange thing to do. Like, it's just a really strange thing to do. I'm all for, like, sharing your beliefs and whatnot, right? Like, putting scripture on a cup or whatever. Like, I understand that that's... But putting Charlie Kirk's face on it is really funny. Like, why? Why? It's so bizarre. Like, I get, like, I mean, we, on the other side, put fun people on things sometimes, I suppose, and fun little quotes, but they're like celebrities, like pop icons, and we write quotes like, everyone deserves love. You know what I mean? It's not like some random, like, he was a podcaster, right? Like, he was this guy that went and just debated people. Like, he's just such a weird face to use. And to have everything being Charlie Kirk. I think that's the other thing, right? Is that, like, it's not if you're gonna do this, typically you're gonna, like, rotate through a bunch of different people that you look up to and that, like, use different quotes from them. So it's like you'd have Charlie Kirk and Donald Trump and Ben Shapiro. All really cool people you want to see on your froyo cups. But you'd have, like, multiple people that you agree with. But instead, like, having it all dedicated to Charlie Kirk, it just makes it even weirder to me. Like, I think it's weird in general because I personally don't agree with any of those people, and I think it's weird to put their faces on cups, but, like, it at least makes it, like, a thing, right? Whereas it's strange. What's been done with Charlie Kirk is just really fucking strange. And to really emphasize this, whatever you expect me to show you right now, you are going to be shocked. Ew, you can't dedicate a fantasy book to Charlie Kirk. I do what I want, and it shows a book that's called Silver is the Sky, with a bookmark that says, "The time to hide is over, the time to fight has come." And the dedication is for Charlie Kirk and the generation he inspired. There has never been a book that I have wanted to read more and less in my entire life. Because what do you mean? What do you mean? She wrote a fantasy book and then dedicated it to Charlie Kirk. Why? What? I just cannot get over it. I cannot get over it. That's the most bizarre thing ever. Like, for what? For why? Why has he become this, like, martyr? I am so baffled by what has been done to Charlie Kirk. He was not this important. He was not this important. Half the people who, like, say this about Charlie Kirk probably didn't even know who he was when he was alive. Like, this woman, honestly, maybe didn't even know who he was when he was alive, but has seen what's happened after his death and is like, I'm gonna jump on that. Republicans, conservatives, we're being attacked, so I'm gonna dedicate my book to this guy. Why, though? There's so many better people to dedicate your book to. It's just baffling. But does everyone want to read what this book is about? Because I'm gonna look it up. Let's go, Goodreads. The time to hide is over. The time to fight has come. Silverfell doesn't know why her element is different from everyone else's. She doesn't know why her father's eyes fill with fear when he looks at her. She doesn't know what wild song calls to her blood, pulling her to run. But when she receives a nightmare vision on the eve of her 16th birthday, one thing suddenly becomes clear. Her home is in danger, and she is the key to saving it. Or dooming it. Silver is the Sky combines the powerful fantasy romance storytelling of Aquatar with the mystical vibes of Caraval and the themes of the Chronicles of Narnia. First in a 5-book series. She's writing 5 books. And it's tagged as a fantasy, Christian, young adult, Christian fiction, romantasy, romance. And it's funny because, like, that does just have a classic, like, romantasy sort of blurb, right? And I'm just really curious about it being specifically a Christian fiction, with, like, one of the quotes being, like, the time to hide is over, the time to fight has come. I'm so curious because, like, is it, like, the lead character? Because usually in these, like, fantasy books and stuff, they're, like, fighting against, you know, like, dictatorships and fascism and whatnot, right? Like, that's typically what's going on. I don't read a ton of romantasy, but there's typically, like, a, you know, fighting for freedom. But is this, like, are they fighting? It's like, are people trying to, like, come in and turn the world atheist? Are we fighting, like, the woke left? Like, what are we fighting here? What are we fighting for if it's Christian fiction romantasy? Because there's a lot of, like, romantasy shit that's written by Christians, right? Like, Twilight it was written by a Mormon. Like, there is so much shit that's written by religious people, but they're not specifically called, like, religious fiction. It has elements of it, but it's not specifically about religion. This specifically is Christian fiction. And so I am very, very curious. However, I think that it would be the most painful thing I would ever have to read. So... I put myself through reading books like the Doormat Mom book and, you know, the other non-fiction books that are absolutely ridiculous. I don't think I could put myself through a fiction book like this. But with that being said, I will regret this potentially. If you want to see me read this book, because I will do it if people ask me to do it. It will be a very different vibe to the other books that I go through, but it could be fun. Maybe I do it here, maybe I put it up on my book channel, I don't know, but let me know your thoughts and we'll see. When your teenager says he has a crush on a girl. So this woman goes into her son's room and writes mom on the bottom of his foot with the, like, you got a friend in me Toy Story song, so, you know, saying that she owns him because she wrote his name, she wrote mom on the bottom of his foot. And girl, you need to stop. I need this to stop. I'm exhausted. I am so tired of this bullshit. Please. Please make it stop. Make it fucking stop. I can't do it anymore. I, like, cannot do it anymore. You don't own your son. Your son having a crush does not impact you in any way. Please. Please let your kids have lives. Please don't claim your son. You do not own your son. He is not your property. You should not be jealous when he has a crush. I beg you. If you are jealous when your son has a crush, get therapy. Says, 2 Christian punks reunite after college.
Hey bro, is that you? Oh shit, dude, what's up? I remember you. Yeah bro, we used to do those punk shows together. Yo, is that a cross necklace? Oh, this? Yeah. Awesome, man. How long ago did you turn your life to Christ? What are you talking about? I've been a Christian this whole time. Really? But whenever we went to these shows, you were always like calling girls boys and boys girls and hashtag BLM and we need a communist revolution. You telling me you're surprised? You were like, protect trans kids and I'm a total feminist and down with the patriarchy. Wait a minute. Were you just being performative because I wanted to enjoy music while simultaneously having the community of that music scene hold a gun to my head? Yep. Huh. It really makes you think how many of us are out there.
And just for added context, this guy has like pink and purple hair that's like, you know, big, long, emo fringe kind of vibe. I will never understand how people can be punk and bigots. Like, you've been in, like, it's fascinating that this guy was like involved in the punk community, like listening to that music, involved with the community, and like saying all of these things to fit in and never actually like absorbing any of it or believing any of it. Like, I don't understand how you can be around like queer people and trans people and people of color and like say that you are an ally and that you are advocating for them and that you care about them, but you're lying just so you can listen to music. And like that doesn't impact you. Like, being around all these people, like, you go on not accepting them, not welcoming them, not actually ever like allowing them to be your friends because you don't give a fuck about them. I just don't understand how you can be in this community and not, if you didn't go into it with those morals, like how you didn't develop them because you were surrounded by people who believe in them and the music you were listening to often like has those messages in it. And I know I said earlier, like, if you know your convictions, the song's not going to change your mind. There's a difference between like a couple songs versus being involved in like a subculture, right? Those are two very different things. Being involved in a punk subculture, if you are holding conservative beliefs, like, what the fuck are you doing there? This is the other thing I don't understand, because like obviously he has like this pink and purple hair, and so obviously freedom of expression is something that he believes in as important to him. Why are you allowed to have freedom of expression but you are against it for other people? I just don't understand how people can like hold specific morals that work for themselves and then don't hold those same beliefs for other people. Like, clearly, if you have pink and purple hair, you believe in like freedom of expression and individuality, because if you are dyeing your hair pink and purple, that, like, having dyed hair and like dressing punk and dressing in a non-conforming way to societal standards or whatever is like, it is a form of protest. A lot of people are like, oh, you're going over the top, blah, blah, blah. Like, it is true, right? If you are not fitting yourself into a box, you are standing against the societal norms. That is just a state of fact. If you are dyeing your hair pink and purple, like in bright colors, you are taking a stand against the boxes that we are being put in. The reason that that is so associated with punk and like why that is such a thing that happens within punk is that it is against the confines of the rigid conformative society that we live in. And it's about breaking out of that and showing that you want to be outside of that. And so I don't understand how you can understand that part and be like against being put in a box and being told who you are, while then simultaneously telling other people they have to live in a box and be who you want them to be. Like, sorry, I just don't think you can do that. Like, freedom of expression, true. Yes, you can do what you want. You can dress how you want. I don't think that there's like any boxes like, you know, men can wear skirts and anyone can do anything, like whatever. But I do just think it's really hypocritical when conservatives like get piercings and like dye their hair and like dress goth and all of that. Like, it's just incredibly hypocritical because those are all things that exist as a way of freedom of expression and stepping outside of like conservatism. It is standing up to conservatism. That's literally the whole point. And then they're here like, I'm conservative. It's like, so you've missed the whole fucking point then. Why are you allowed to express yourself while you censor other people? It doesn't make sense. And I hate it. This is posted by an account called Bed Rot Challenge. And the text on screen says, how long can they rot in bed?
I think the 4-day mark is going to be really interesting. I think I can make it 4 days, but after that, I have no idea.
I'm going to win, so however long that takes. So
at least 3 weeks. Easy, like no competition there.
Oh my gosh, as long as it takes. I'm here for the long haul.
20 forever. 30 years, 60, but realistically speaking, like a month max.
I think I'm gonna win, and I think that win is gonna take maybe like 5 days. 5 days, 5 hours, 5 minutes.
And this just pisses me off so much. Like, this is so insensitive. I hate how we have taken so many like serious like things and turn them into silly, quirky little trends. Like, bed rotting is not a silly little quirky trend thing. It's not like, oh, I'm tired today and I don't feel like going outside, so I'm just gonna bed rot all day. Like, this is a serious thing that like people who have like severe depression or some other like mental illness that is happening are like staying in bed and bed rotting because they are unable to do anything else, because getting out of bed is like an incredibly difficult thing for them to be able to do. They are not choosing to bed rot. They are like in a position where doing anything else feels monumentous. Like, caring for themselves is so difficult. Bed rotting is a symptom of being mentally unwell, and like people who are bed rotting, like legitimately, are people who need care and they need help. And turning it into this like little thing of being like, how long do you think you can rot in bed? Let's see if you can go 12 days without getting out of bed. Like, that's so insensitive. And it's turning this thing that's like genuinely really important into something that is like glamorized and made fun of and like minimized, because now when someone says that they can't get out of bed for days and they're really struggling, people don't take it seriously. People are like, oh, same, or like, oh, it's not that hard. Like, I was in bed the other day and I like spent all day in bed and then I got up, so you can do it too. Like, it's really minimizing an issue, and it makes me so sad and so frustrated that it's become this thing that is like just a thing, and that happens with so many things. There is so much that has been taken and completely minimized because of internet culture grabbing onto it and like minimizing massive issues. And it's incredibly frustrating and incredibly upsetting, and it stops people from getting help. It keeps people from feeling like they actually have a problem, like people who are actually struggling with depression and are unable to get out of bed, feeling invalidated, feeling like what is happening is not that bad, that like they don't deserve to ask for help. Like, there's so many repercussions to making light of the situation. So yeah, this really pissed me off when it came up. And this is a whole thing. Like, this is called the Bed Rot Challenge. They post like long videos about this. Their entire account is dedicated to this. It is people competing how long they can stay in bed for, and it's just so fucked, and it makes me so mad. So yeah, what a fun note to end this on. I think I am gonna stop there because that is where I saw that the other day. That was the last DM I sent myself. So this is where we are now. Fun little place to end. There are actually a whole bunch of things I was considering making a video about, just the way we have minimized so many issues. So if you were interested in that, let me know, because I will likely be making one of those videos at some point. So also subscribe too, so you don't miss out on that. I hope that you enjoyed this video. A huge thank you to my Kiwi Cat patrons: Eden, Amelia, Rain Remaining, Mossy Moose, Bingo Bango, Who Ate My Mango, Kiarum, Bug Loves Cats, Kojo, The Beebs, Tess, Bree, Chastity, Beckett, Prismatic Petey, Sushi Kawaii, Phil the Duck, River, Queen Glimmer, Ella, Mr. Noodle, Radsack, Knitting Menace, Chris, Ellie, Ikazel, Alexis, and Nevea. I love and appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe. Keep fighting. I love you. Mwah. When you close your eyes, you replace the darkness.